started on our reads in just a few minutes, but the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 3 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy, medical, and legal. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We're also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first reading giveaway is going to be a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure you are tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. Prior to beginning today's daily collective read, I'll be giving a brief recap in what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. Now, if you'd like to catch those full readings, you can find them over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find them over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find them as a podcast over on my spot and over on my stack. But before we get started today, first and foremost, most important question: how are we doing today? There are no wrong answers. This is just going to be your daily reminder that we are currently in eclipse season. All right, I'm going to say a lot of the same things that we talk about when we're going through eclipse cycles. It can sometimes feel chaotic is a word. Chaotic is a word for it. There's a lot of amplification that we often experience with the energy navigating eclipse cycles. The ability to navigate circumstances or situations with a sense of proportionality is important. It's very important right now, particularly given the fact that one of the reasons that we often talk about the fact that eclipses are unpredictable is due to the fact that eclipses are amplifiers, right? There's not necessarily a particular energy that eclipses bring to things so much as it amplifies the energy that we're currently experiencing. And we entered this eclipse cycle in a very intense energy. There are a lot of planets currently in Leo, and we've got 2 very large planets that are currently retrograding in Aries. That is Saturn and Neptune. What can Saturn and Neptune do as it relates to our emotions? Saturn often navigates our feeling of time or the value of our time. Neptune is often the space by which we store our memories. So if you're going through experiences by which you're feeling frustrated in relationality to circumstances or situations by which you felt that your time was not energetically valued or honored, well, welcome to the energy that we're currently experiencing right now, particularly given the fact that we also see that Jupiter and Mercury are in Leo. And that's kind of helping to a certain extent to balance things out. I know it's going to sound a little bit odd, but this energy is feeling very Libra because you've got a lot of that energetic density that you navigate with those 2 very intense planets, Neptune and Saturn, both retrograding in Aries, right? But we also have 2 very important planets that are in Leo that are potentially working into some of that energetic uplift. So it's potentially requiring the ability not to have to take the same approach to everything, but allowing the context by which one is effectively able to work through things to be able to articulate and recognize how it feels to do something in a sense by which you can bring balance to things. Now, the hard part about it is, and this is a continuation of a lot of the work that we saw that was coming out of Jupiter, well, Jupiter coming out of Cancer, right? Often when we're feeling like we're bringing balance to things, it feels like we're bringing imbalance, right? Like that's the hard part that often occurs when one is bringing balance to things. It sometimes can feel very much different than that. So I want you to recognize that too, because one of the things that we effectively identified and we worked through, and I think that this is a continuation of what we recognize occurs, particularly as it relates to both Jupiter and Mercury being in Leo right now, is the observation that when we are bringing energy to things, how it feels internally as we're doing so sometimes feels And like it feels the opposite, right? Like in order to be open, you have to be, in order to feel confident, you have to feel vulnerable. In order to feel, in order to be brave, one has to be able to navigate the space of one's fear. So that experience or those abilities, if you're feeling like that right now, I'm going to kind of give you the message that we often experience as we're navigating or going through Leo cycles. Make sure that you're putting compassion on things first. This, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the type of energy to be jumping to conclusions. This is not the type of energy to be energetically assuming upon things, but allowing for a sense of patience and proportionality and compassion to effectively navigate you through hurdles or difficulties, and allowing that same energy to basically create the sense by which one is feeling informed, fortified, and amplified. That is a good, that's a good summary of what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. Now, if you would like to find those full readings, you can find them over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find them as a podcast over on my spot and over on my stack as a vcast. I would also encourage you to head over to my stack to learn more about our next tarot class, which is going to be held on Thursday, September 17th at 5:30 p.m. PST, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the four cards of the Minor Arcana. If you'd like to become part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I'll be doing my best to give you an update on everything we've studied prior to beginning that next class, but the materials are there for you to receive as you're ready to receive them. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned or studied thus far. And if you become a founding member, not only will you receive a discount on the full year's worth of classes, you'll also have access to over 20 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive, as well as the opportunity of receiving an assessment by me where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events, as well as my online live schedule and my mystic meditation articles, which give you updates on everything we've been seeing and experiencing energetically in the cards based on the lunar cycles. I just wrote one recently on this new moon that we navigated that felt a lot like a full moon. I'll have one out shortly on this full moon that we've got coming up shortly. Finally, I want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students that are seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on a individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute reads, again, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey on a budget, as well as my dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. Now, if you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. But let me know in the comments how this energy is impacting you personally, because it is going to hit everyone just a little bit differently. That said, we are going to be starting our personal reads shortly. The list is open. I will stress that I'm keeping the list very short this evening. I will probably be taking only about 3 more people on the list for a reading. If you would like to get on the list, I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. But if you would like to get on that list, the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more from my subscribers. Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 3 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy, medical, and legal. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. As I mentioned, I am going to take a few moments to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Welcome to those joining us on the place where we keep the videos. You can also get on the list tonight if you're interested in doing so. You can send donation directly through the app if you're so inclined. And if you're a paid member there, you have the same benefits that we've articulated for those who are super fam. How are you doing today, Katrina? I need to point out, you come in here and you cast judgment. So you are articulating that there's something about me that's adversarial, but I need to stress that you casting judgment is antithetical to anything that you might find in biblical studies. So that would be you being in the space of an adversarial nature. So I truly hope that you find that the healing that you seek as you are able to move back into a space of compassion and love. I deeply wish that for you, and I hope you find the healing that you need. How are you doing today, B? Welcome. How you doing today, Daniela? I hope you're having an absolutely beautiful evening. How you doing tonight, Hawk? Excellent. It's very interesting, Ida, for you to be able to articulate that you know the mind of the higher power. That's you basically putting the higher power's name in vain. So when you articulate that you know what the higher power wants for me, that is utilizing the higher power's name in vanity. So that's actually something very detrimental that you find across many different faith pathworks. So again, I hope the same thing for you. I hope that you find the healing that you seek as you move out of a space of judgment and cruelty and into a space of deep love and healing. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful evening, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful night. Excellent. How are you doing? Thank you, Daniela. It's all right. I removed them. They've got a lot of anger that they need to sort through, and I hope that they find a better place to be able to do so. I need to point out this energy, particularly with the eclipses. It's going to bring out a lot of energy that's in the space of wallowing. It really is. It's beautiful energy for creativity, for being able to express compassion. But if one is working through a lot of bitterness and one is feeling very fixed in it, there's going to be a lot of energetic projection that's occurring. So if you're navigating that right now, just make sure that you're returning compassion back to yourself. Absolutely. Auntie, how are you doing today? And Beto, thank you for joining us. How you doing tonight, Colleen? Hope you're having an absolutely beautiful night. How you doing today, Julia? Hi there, it's Mai. Good to see you this evening. Brooks, good to see you as well. And thank you for the follow, dear. Yes, compassion to navigate through obstacles. And thank you for sharing the live. It's Mai. Always appreciate it. Melissa, it's a good question. I don't currently offer dream interpretation classes. That said, I do have some feelers out in relation to offering workshops. So I will let you know if any of those workshops come into fruition, because I know that you're not the only person who's given interest in terms of navigating a workshop of that nature. How you doing tonight, Avatar? So good to see you, and thank you for those gifts, Melissa. Absolutely. I know, Nikki. You know what? But we're wilder. I got you. It's my good to see you this evening. Yes. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. And thank you, Viva La Tarot, for those heart me's. Guys, please remember, if you're joining us over on the clock app, to recharge your heart me's if you would like an animal oracle card on top of your one card this evening. And thank you for those heart me's as well, Nikki. It is very much Queen of Swords energy right now. It's so funny, Julia. I thought you wrote projectionistas. Projectionistas. I'm like, oh, there's a good word. That's what I'm going to start utilizing. That's a new word. Yes. Oh, I know. I know. Yes. I must admit that explains what's been going on. Listen, but here's the thing, Avatar. you know, a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings come up, like coming up right now. Like allow the space of saying, like, allow the conversation with the self. Where can I put these that feel like they're healing, right? Like even as we're working through a lot of that anger or a lot of that energy. And I want to point out there's something very important about this energy. And I believe that this is a continuation of the healing that we're seeing with all of these planets that keep retrograding in Aries. It's okay to be upset about things. There's nothing wrong with being upset. And in fact, others that try to articulate that being upset about things that are reasonable to be upset about, that's not healthy, right? The observation of energy that tries to identify or articulate that anger is a negative. Anger is reasonable when there's cause and reason to be upset, right? And if there's a clear solution to your anger, that's not a problem. That's a solution waiting to happen, you know? Absolutely. Thank you, Ivana, for those heart me. So good to see you this evening, dear. Oh, hi there, Colleen. Good to see you. Excellent. Projectionistas. I love, yes. My dreams have been so real. You did? Oh, that's fascinating. Colleen, you had a conversation with your pet in your dream space. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to do a dream interpretation on it, we certainly can. But I do feel like there is something about this energy that can unlock gifts, right? Like it's kind of like gifts in waiting kind of energy to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you for confirming. We're going to experience this right now. I got to tell you, like personally, you know what I think is really nice? You know what I really think is nice? A nice little Virgo full moon. A nice little Virgo full moon with some Pisces on it. You know, you know it's nice? A nice little Virgo full moon with some Pisces on it, because that talks about that's creativity. That's perfect creativity, right? That is perfection energy. That is refinement energy, right? It's exquisite stuff. It's finding the exquisite. Excellent. Yes, Tactical. We are all aware that Yahshua loves us. Thank you for the reminder this evening. Absolutely. We do our best here, Daniela. We do our best and appreciate you as well. Thank you for those gifts, Jules. Thank you for those jewels, Tactical. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Oh, Colleen, what do you mean you have a hard time? I got a lot of different ways you can send. You can also, so you can either send, if you can't send, you can always send me a meteor shower. A meteor shower is the equivalent of a reading here if there's an issue with other payment methods. You can also, if you head over to the place where we keep the videos, you can send a donation directly through there as well. So, and for a reminder to those who are joining us this evening, we read for here. Oh, I didn't even finish posting it. We read for here life path, highest priority messages from spirit, angelic guidance, dream interpretations, past life, mediumship, love readings, pet readings, spirit guide, animal spirit guide readings, akashic, mind, body, spirit, love, and aura. If you've got information that you feel is necessary or relevant for the purposes of our read, you can include it in the notes when you send the donation. You can also post it in our subscriber only disco channel in the appropriate channel. Anyone who gets on the list this evening will be read for once we complete one cards, and we have 2 individuals who have priority tonight. If you are on the hold list and would like to be added back to the list, I just need to know the date that you were added to the hold list. I'll be happy to put you back on as well. Oh, mine has been 2. Yeah, Strega's been, oh my gosh, I've never seen that potato before. I love it. It was a nighttime potato. Oh, yeah, Strega's been really bonkers too. Just been yelling at her a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, wonderful. I got you, Daniela. Thank you so much for getting on the list. Let me just add you to it. Bear with me a minute. Where'd my pen go? Oh, there it is. Give me a sec. Ba-ba-bum. Oh, okay, got it. All right. Mm-hmm. And if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, you will be the 4th person read for. It's an absolutely lovely time to get on the list if you'd like to do so right now. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you, Julia. Mm-hmm. It's gonna like I'm gonna point out you're probably gonna see your pets like going through it right now. It's the eclipse energy, right? It's the eclipse energy. It's like you gotta move it out. Yep. You're so welcome, Colleen. Oh God, Nikki, that's so wild. Well, we know that she is like obsessed with him. Right? We've talked about this. It's like a bit of a thing. Mm-hmm. Mm, absolutely. And thank you, Daniela, for those jewels. I appreciate you. Excellent. And thank you, Avatar, for those gifts as well. I know it was really cute. I hadn't seen that one before. Absolutely. Guys, make sure to give Viva some love. Readers supporting readers. I know, I love them too. All right, we are going to get started on those who have priority tonight. So we've got two individuals tonight who have priority. The first person we're going to be reading for this evening is It's My. And before we begin, It's My, I know that you mentioned that you sent your information on our subscriber only disco channel. Just a reminder to those who are joining us, if you have information that you'd like to share with me prior to us reading, you can include it in the notes when you send the donation. You can also post it in our subscriber only disco channel in the appropriate channels. That can be inside tea or outside tea. And if you have a dream interpretation, make sure that you're giving yourself some time to write it all out so that I can interpret it. And you can also include that either in the notes or in the disco channel. I got it. I've got it right here, dear. Uh, you've got a new guide coming through right now who is like, mm-hmm, mm, I got you, dear. All right, can I please get, it's not polite to talk about people in the third person, Joe, when they're here. Hi there from Iceland. How are you doing? I adore Iceland. I've got the Animal Oracle card here. We're going to count it back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got the B. Can I get 4 cards, please? That's so interesting because I had an encounter with a bee recently, and I feel like it's very relevant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 cards. Loud and clear. Yeah, where's your book? Hold on, I need your book. There's a lot coming through already. Mm-hmm. Hold on. There you are. Nope. Okay. Yep. Got it. Oh, okay. Yep. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Yep, 4 cards, please. Cold breeze. Mm-hmm. 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 Goodness gracious. So, okay, hold on. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, it's an angelic guide coming through, and they've got some stuff to talk about. First of all, you're not naive. Giving someone the benefit of the doubt is not naive. Like, straight up, they're just saying, get that word out of your mouth. Giving someone the benefit of the doubt is not naive. You were their opportunity of a lifetime. Because I see somebody falling right back into a vicious cycle. Falling right back into it. And it's vicious. That's the thing that's wild about it. Like, I don't even understand why someone would choose a vicious cycle like this that I'm seeing. Like, it's twisted. Like, the thing, and the thing about it is, this particular guide arrives when others choose vicious cycles. Like, this particular guide arrives when others choose vicious cycles, because you have to understand that you were their opportunity to heal something. Like, I keep on hearing never before, never again. Never before, never again. And that's the thing about it, because I see their guides. I see some guides around them absolutely weeping. Because whatever happened, and they're showing me a parent. They're showing me a parent. Because I just keep on hearing them saying that you're hearing efficiencies. I'm hearing apparently, which is someone is moving into a vicious cycle that they energetically observed, right? They're hugging. I keep on getting. It's interesting. They're saying they're actually saying they're mugging their upbringing. They're mugging their upbringing, which is the observation of another person trying to claim that they're trying to avoid something that they saw in their upbringing, and instead they're replicating it. Which I know sounds really weird, but you would be shocked how easy that is, right? Because it's like that is what we identify, like that's what we identify as an Oedipedal cycle. That's why they keep on saying bicycle, because they're saying it's Oedipedal. And the reason they're saying it's Oedipedal is because I see somebody that's trying to claim that they're trying to avoid something that they grew up seeing, and instead they're literally replicating it in the process by which they're claiming that they're avoiding it. They are the walking embodiment of it, is what I keep on getting. Like, they are the walking embodiment of it. And all the while, and this is why this guide is arriving, because they're saying there's sand in their mouth. And the reason they're identifying the fact that there's sand in their mouth is because they are literally, they're literally echoing the same things that one of those individuals said. It's going backwards. They're going backwards instead of forwards. They're just saying they've got sand in their mouth, which is why they're so mealy mouthed right now. And you've probably recognized their mealy mouthness. And what is mealy mouth? Saying a lot of nothing, right? Saying a whole lot of something that really means nothing, right? A lot of energy, a whole lot of something that literally does not mean anything. So prepare, they're basically saying like prepare for the sand, right? Which is, and prepare for the sand is somebody like, basically like and here's the thing about it, and this is what the guide's saying: pay attention to someone that is intentionally getting your ire up. And when they get your ire up, then trying to say, it's this type of anger that has me so concerned, right? Because they're literally, right, they're forging the weapon of their self-sabotage, right? They're forging the weapon on you, which is they're trying to get you in an irate state so that you'll be the one that effectively becomes energetically explosive, and then them saying, wow, I can't believe, right? I can't believe that you're so distressed. And then they feel energetically vindicated because they try to articulate that you are too energetically emotional. All of this unconsciously, right? All of this unconsciously. And this is a sound of them replicating an energetic cycle that they grew up with, right? This is them literally becoming the embodiment of something that they promised themselves that they would never become. There's something I feel like there's something, and the thing about this is the way you'll know is when they try to reach out to you, they're going to act like absolutely nothing's wrong. If the first thing they say to you isn't, I owe you an explanation, if the first thing they say to you is what's happening, instead of I owe you an explanation, that's your confirmation, right? I want to give you some bottom of the deck on this. Yeah, the guide's saying we ride. And the reason the guide's saying we ride, which is why I see, like, here's the thing about it. I gotta tell you, this guide, I feel like the message I'm getting from this guide, they're an angelic, they've been watching this whole thing. And they've been keeping some kind of energetic distance from something because they recognized that you are in the process of seeing whether another person could heal. And when I say that this was like, this was their, I feel very bad for this person. And I think that you know why. Because here's the thing about it. Whatever I keep on seeing, like whatever they're moving back into, here, and the reason I see that this is so upset is because they were literally on the cusp of a breakthrough. They were on the cusp of a breakthrough and they allowed the fear to get the better of them. So you can wish them well, but I keep on hearing you can wish them well, but you're no wishing well. Right? You can wish them well, but you're no wishing well. Which says that if they can't understand, right, if they're coming towards you and all they keep on saying is I wish, I wish, I wish, right? Like it's saying to me, like, remember that, like, they it's not about wishing. You can't say wish if you have it in your means to change something, right? You can't say wish if you have it or had it in your means to change something. And they're not taking accountability for it. And you're getting a new book. New book. Give me a minute. This one just completed. 1 second. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you'd like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. And it's interesting too, because I just keep on hearing the guides say, I apologize, but we just needed to be sure. I just need to include that. Prepare for some changes incoming. I think you know that now. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, dear. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 3 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy, medical, and legal. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Oh, Nikki, is that fact? Well, we can always do a reading on it. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying in the dream space? Oh, that's fascinating. Huh. Okay. No, this guide is serious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're confirming. Thank you so much for confirming. Sending you so much for support on that journey. It's my Yeah, very much so, Julia. Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's all self-sabotage. And they're trying to utilize you to self-sabotage. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have to, Ivana had another message for you that I'm going to have to explore. Yeah, I got it. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I will investigate that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some graphic images, I know. But the thing about it is, and this is what I keep on seeing, like it's all projection. Mm-hmm. It's not, I mean, here's the thing. There are some incredibly amazing parents out there. But in this case, in this case, whatever I'm reading for is somebody who's trying to invoke the fact that they don't. I'm like, I just keep on hearing a guide say, if they don't want to be like them, why are they embodying them? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's what I meant about, like, that's what I keep on seeing in relation to that energy, is because others are identifying the sand too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and sending you so much support, dear. Well, I need to point out, we all have moments, right? We all have moments that are not our best moments. But what I'm seeing here in this reading is somebody who is clearly, like someone who's clearly changing and refusing to take accountability for that change, right? It's somebody going like, I don't know what you're talking about. That while another person is literally watching them transform before them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm. The thing I'm seeing, the thing I'm seeing around it, um, yeah. I have to explore that initial more because um it feels connected to you. It feels like somebody, like I keep on hearing somebody trying to articulate upon, like, um when somebody says you're too good for me, what they're really saying is I refuse to get well for you. Right? Like when someone says you're too good for me, what they're really saying is I refuse to get well for you. Which is why I keep on seeing that that might be connected to that letter that you're seeing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you understand it. Thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments. I'm so glad to hear that, dear. And again, I'm here to honor any space that you're currently experiencing in relation to it. And thank you guys for supporting each other. No, that angelic means, like, is only about business. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You're so welcome, dear. No, it's a very good point, Nikki, right? Like the observation by which, if there is a fair reason to be emotional, right? Others potentially trying to articulate that emotionality is detrimental. Emotionality heals things, because when we have feelings about things, then it's the context of how we're able to change within them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thank you as well, Colleen, and thank you, Magic, for the follow. Mm-hmm. Supper, I'm going to ask you to please stop spamming the comments with your question. That will get you muted. That's not how we have questions answered here. If you'd like to get on the list, you can send a donation via my tree that is linked in my bio. Thank you for respecting the chat space. Hi there, and thank you guys for supporting each other. Oh, you did. Thank you for letting me know, Monica. I will confirm. And if anybody else wants to get on the list today, the list is open. You will be the fourth person read for. You're so welcome, Ivana. You're not, it's not your picker. And I feel like this is, you're going to find it. I feel like I just keep on getting like, I just kept on getting prepared for incoming, which is saying like there's somebody new coming towards you very quickly. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, again, anytime you need one, dear. Oh, they said that. They literally said that. Thank you for confirming. Absolutely. Sending you so much support, dear. All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person on the list is Julia. Julia, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And as I mentioned, if anybody else wants to get on the list tonight, you will be the fourth person read for. Excellent. Oh, buon compleanno, Endless. I hope you're having a beautiful one. Excellent. I got you, Julia. Good to see you tonight. And let me find you here. And before we get started on Julia's reading, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. I've got the Animal Oracle card here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the Hind. We'll do that again after the next reading. Mm-hmm. Got it. I'm just reading over your note. Yeah, I got you, dear. Can I get 4 cards, please? 5 cards. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mm-hmm. 2 more, please. Wow. Oh my goodness. I need to show you this. So you know that I pulled from 4 different decks for this particular reading. And I got 2 4 of Swords in its reversal. So I want you to understand that every time I'm pulling from a different deck, the odds of those cards coming up like that, it just increases exponentially. So it feels like a lot of crisis averted. And we're going to get into it a bit because I've got a lot of... The interesting thing that I'm picking up about it are the words "not far enough." Is what I keep on getting. And what I mean what I effectively see and mean in relation to not far enough is working into the context or the understanding of how we effectively, and it says like when we're honoring each other's space, like when we are honoring each other's space, then that space that we effectively recognize and identify is qualified by staying. I keep on getting, it's like it's not enough to give something space as it is to mind, for someone to mind their own energetic business about something. And the only message, and the one message I just keep on getting in relation to some kind of circumstance or situation is that you can't have both, is what I'm getting, right? Which is, you can't have both, which means you can't be navigating the quality and condition by which you say, right, you won't get any help from me. What are you doing? That is literally the sound of someone with a boundary issue, right? Like the sound of somebody with a boundary issue is someone, right? Someone who is perfectly happy sticking around to try to see you flounder. And I gotta tell you, and I've been seeing this with a lot of guides right now, sometimes when the guides are working in alignment with us, there's that my own eyes can see it, right? And what I mean that my own eyes can see it is, and you have to understand, when it comes to spirit, there is no clever, right? When it comes to spirit, there is no clever. It's all cleaver. And when I say when it comes to spirit, there is no clever, there is all cleaver. Is that when another person, when another individual thinks that they're being clever, they get cleft by spirit, right? There's somebody thinking that they're being clever, and all they're doing is being cleft, right? Being cleft by spirit, right? Because, right, that is literally the sound of the world becoming a worse place, right? So it's interesting because I literally see some situation. I literally see some kind of situation where all you are doing, there you are, moving through things, trying to leave peace, right? Trying to leave peace in your wake, right? And there's somebody around you, right? There's someone around you trying to stir some kind of energetic pot And the only message I'm getting here, it's interesting because these guides, they're saying don't worry about it. Like the don't worry about it, right? The don't worry about it that you're getting. It's saying to me, all I keep seeing here, like this is heavy. Mm-hmm. The whatever this is I'm seeing, they're basically articulating that you're leaving it behind. Right? And I want to point out the reason, and I know that why you're asking yourself, why did I have to spend some time here? Right? And I keep on getting the same message from your guides, which was your guides almost saying to another person, if you leave them alone, everything would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. So the reason that they're articulating upon that observation by which they're saying everything would have been fine is because your guides were giving others around you the opportunity to prove that they cared about you. So all I'm seeing here and this is I mean, it's interesting too, because this is why I'm getting a lot of that. This is why I'm getting a lot of that eagerness, right? Because I'm getting that the eagerness is your egress. And the reason I keep on getting the eagerness is your egress is because, right, the eagerness is your egress because, right, I feel like I keep on getting there was the location that you were in, right? All it would have taken was a visit. I keep on seeing you were not out of reach. And now you're going to, and now you're energetically free of it. Right? That's all I keep on seeing. You weren't out of reach and now you're free of it. Bottom of the deck. Um, I keep on hearing somebody stating, I keep on hearing someone stating, I was just about to, right? And the reason I keep on getting, I was just about to, has to do, like what it has to do with is working into, um, it's working into the context of being able to understand and recognize. Um, they're basically saying like no jousting energy. And the reason I keep on getting no jousting energy is when like if somebody seems like, I keep on getting, if someone comes out of the blue and seems to be absolutely incensed that you're leaving, that's who you are being protected from, right? If someone seems unreasonably incensed that you are moving along, that is exactly who you are being protected from. So don't think it's weird. Yep, that's it. Yep, you don't think it's weird. It is weird. Pay attention. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, dear. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 3 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy, medical, and legal. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Excellent. How you doing tonight, Brentley? Welcome, Mary. How you doing tonight, Goose? And just reading over the comments that came through as I was reading. How you doing tonight, Giggle? Yeah, you've been encountering it. Absolutely. Thank you for also receiving these messages, Annie. Good to see you this evening. Yeah, and thank you for those heart me's, Aura. Yeah. No, that's what I keep on getting. Like if especially I keep on hearing if somebody like if somebody tries to if somebody tries to identify or articulate upon it in a way that just like I keep on seeing like that's showing you exactly Like that's showing you exactly the shape of what it is that you're avoiding. Thank you for those roses, Aura. Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, Julia. Yeah, and thank you, Michelle, for the follow. Yep. Oh, sending you support, Julia. Excellent. Thank you, Giggle, for also receiving these messages. Hmm. Yeah, and I want to tell you right now, if anybody tries to say like, "Oh, I'm so sad you were leaving. I was just about to." No, no, they weren't. Right? Like that is not. They no, they weren't. That's somebody that's trying. That's somebody trying to give you trauma as you're moving away from something. Right? Like that's all I keep on hearing. Like I was about to. No, they weren't. Like they just keep. Thank you so much, Julia. All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person, so we are moving into one card readings for super fam and for paid members over on the place where we keep the videos. So if you would like to have a one card reading, just go ahead in the comments and let me know what your question is. If you would like to become a super fam or paid subscriber tonight, your paid subscription and super fam status will make you eligible for a free one card reading each day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's the thing about it. Those two guides work very quickly. Aura, thank you for getting on the list, dear. And if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, you will be the fourth person read for. Excellent. Julia, two cards coming out for you tonight. Oh man, weren't you the one that said Queen of Swords energy earlier? Right? Like this is what I feel like this is what you're moving into. Right? Like somebody who is impressed by your standards and wants to offer you things because they recognize that you have them. Bottom of the deck, yeah, strength card in its reversal, right? There's nothing mean about you, right? If somebody's in the midst of saying to you you're so mean, right? It's not mean to have boundaries. It's reasonable. You'll be at your most reasonable, and someone being like, why are you being so mean? Being like, it's not mean to have boundaries. I got you, Daniela. One card, high priority. Mm-hmm. Um, you have to be patient right now. It feels like things are going to kind of stay the same for the next 4 months. So if you're looking for change, I feel like this is a good time to be building into energetic accumulation, right? If it feels like it's slow, it's a good energy to get your act to get something together is what I keep on seeing, especially for Ram, right? The observation or working through the context. I keep on hearing the context by which another person has been identified. It feels like somebody who's been assuring you that something's going to happen every day now. Whatever it is, it feels like closer to 4 months. So just be conscientious about that, right? Which is to say, allow, like, don't get frustrated. Just persevere through it. And I feel like it almost feels like somebody who's trying to help another person, um, like truly understand and recognize what you're like it feels like somebody trying to figure out the best place to potentially position you or like navigate you. Like I feel like there's some kind of work being done there. I hope that helps, dear. Dada, these are not our Dada J. These are one card readings for paid members, and for those who are super fam. So if you'd like to become a paid member or super fam, I'm happy to pull a card for you. I would ask that you please stop repeating the same question because that's not how a card gets read here. It's also not respectful to those who are in the chat space trying to communicate. Absolutely. Hi there, Kay. Good to see you tonight, dear. Absolutely. Oh, hold on a moment. Mm-hmm. Avatar. Your guide's yawning about something. It's interesting. Like, it feels like your guide is going towards someone and being like, did I stutter? You know? Like, it's interesting. There's a lot of this stay back energy that I'm seeing in connection to something. And I feel like a lot of that stay back energy that I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. You know, I keep on getting, if you don't want to talk, you can't stare, which I need to write down for you because it feels very specific. Yeah, if you don't want to talk, you can't stare. Which is, it basically, it states, it says, mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, it really does, like, it's bottom of the, yeah, the bottom of the deck on this. Yeah, like it's the animal oracle on it is basically, yeah, you can't get anywhere. You can't get anywhere. Like your divine counterpart does not want to love you from afar. I just keep on hearing that. Your divine counterpart does not want to love you from afar. They're not gonna be waxing poetic on the distance between you. They're gonna be doing everything they can to stay close to you. Right? They're not gonna like it's feeling like gross testy energy, you know, like somebody who tries to say like, oh, I like, don't let another person try to say, oh, I was putting distance there to test whether you care. When we care about each other, we don't test each other like that. That's gross. Like that is gross. That's gross energy. Thank you so much, dear. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wild, Julia. Mm-hmm. I got you, Kay. All right, one card for Kay, please, on that circumstance or situation. This is feeling very positive. I feel like you left a good impression on someone. Yeah, it feels to me like somebody has to go through the motions of navigating others. But yeah, especially with the frog energy, I feel like I feel like I hear somebody trying to speak up. I feel like it's interesting too, because it feels like something that you do that wasn't necessarily related to what they were looking for, they identify would be very beneficial, is what I keep on getting. I don't know why they keep on feeling there's some kind of added benefit around you. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So again, it's my, we never put instruction, we never look to the cards to tell us what to do. But can I get one card for advice in relation to how best to move forward, please? Um, it says to me, like in the context of you asking for things back, prepare for someone to try to articulate and say, why are you being dramatic? Right? And again, if you hear the word dramatic, that is also your confirmation, right? I got double confirmation on that. Like if they come back to you, bottom of the deck, if they come back to you as you say that and try to patronize you, right? Which is them potentially trying to identify that you're doing something, um, like to leave an impression. Let that be your confirmation of, again, more of that self-sabotaging, right? Because another person trying to articulate upon the fact that you're being ridiculous when you're being completely serious, um, because they know, they recognize, right? They know that once that happens, it's completely over between you, right? Like that's what I keep on saying. Like seeing, it's interesting because I get, like, especially with the salmon, right? Another person trying to be resistant because they understand that that is the sound of you being absolutely finished. Thank you so much, dear. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. One card on partnership for Nikki, please. Things get better in time. And the ability, particularly when we're like when we are deeply invested, we think about the long term, not the short term. The thing about it, where's all this worry coming from? I've got this ancestral, um mhm. I just keep on hearing, it's interesting because the ancestral I see connected around something is saying rest assured it's interesting, they're saying rest assured they're not going anywhere, but the not going anywhere that they're talking about is someone who has, like, it's not related to you and them, it's related to their own energy, is what I keep on seeing, you know. I feel like I see somebody Like I see somebody who feels, I just keep on hearing the same message. Whatever they lose in time now, they're going to get back tenfold. Okay? Whatever time they are losing now, they are going to get back tenfold. Because everything, and the thing about it is, it's the same message I was getting before, right? You cannot convince someone. You cannot convince, no one can be convinced that there are peace when they're not, right? No one can be convinced that there are peace when they're not. We always know where our peace lives. It's the same message coming through. And I feel like, and that understanding, that quality and condition of being able to work through something, I just keep on seeing that, what, think about, right? Think about the time that you're spending right now. You're setting, like they're saying, like you're setting the template, right? Like you are not fighting, you are setting standards, right? And when you're setting standards, right? Setting standards feels like thankless stuff until they change everything, right? Like that's a hard part when we're setting standards. It feels impossible. And then the next thing you know, others are embodying the standards they know are best for them. Animal Oracle, yeah, particularly with the adder, right? Setting standards together. Thank you, dear. Yeah, you got Kay, you got the Knight of Pentacles and it's upright. With the 10 of Wands and it's upright bottom of the deck. I got you, Aura. You are on the list. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. It's my mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Avatar. Oh. Um, we can discuss, dear. You know, the thing about it is, like, I know it's going to sound a little confusing. It's not that I'm not inclined to share them with you. I have to communicate with your guides first and see how they feel about it. If that makes sense, it's so we can definitely, like, we can have more discussions on it. Mm-hmm. It's not so much about not offering it to you, it's about recognizing the right time to, if that makes sense. Thank you also for receiving this message, Crispin. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy to hear that, Julia. Oh, what about feathers? Yeah, I understand, dear. Hello there. Good evening, Lazarus. Oh, 1010 twice today. That's fascinating. Thank you for 1111. I understand. A lot of that energy right now, Julia. Thank you as well, Marty. You're so welcome, Nikki. How you doing tonight, Tick? How you doing tonight, Char? All right, let's get to it. All right, and the next person that we are reading for tonight is, we're going to move back into personals. The next person we're reading for tonight is Daniela. Daniela, if you're here, can you just respond in all caps and let me, and I'll go back to see if I can find your question. Tier, I'm happy to answer questions that you may have. But if there's a reading that you would prefer to have, if you'd like cards pulled, that is going to require a donation. It's 3 cards for 29 or more for those that are non-subscribers. You're so welcome, Nikki. And I've got your question here, Daniela. I see it. Okay, thank you so much, dear. Yep, okay, perfect. And before we continue with Daniela's reading, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. Just a reminder to those joining us over on the clock app, we're at 19K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. I've got the animal oracle cards here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the eagle. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right. And can I please get 4 cards for Daniela, please? Highest priority. Mm. You know, I feel like the issue that I potentially see around, like, the thing about this friendship is I see somebody that's really, 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 oh, and as that makes perfect sense. Hold on a minute. I see somebody who's really, really deep on a path of ambition here. And the thing about this, and I got to point this out, those who are on paths of deep ambition have to be very conscientious about not making relationship choices based upon others' opinions of those choices, is what I see. Because it feels like, I don't know what I'm seeing here. I don't know, like, it's interesting that you identified the fact that you were together once, but I see somebody who was potentially led away from you, failing to recognize, you know, like, when we, it literally feels like the energy of someone who doesn't recognize that they cannot take the opinions of those that they're in a working relationship with. They cannot take advice about relationships from those who are in a work environment, because if another person appreciates the fact that an individual is perpetually accessible, right? Then every time they start moving into a healthy relationship that starts to build a work-life balance, right? That's the sound of energy potentially undermining what's best for them through the act of advice. And it feels, like what I'm reading here is kind of wild, because it almost feels like somebody who's got somebody around them in a work environment that like I keep on hearing, like, digs up dirt with delight, right? And digging up dirt with delight is often the space by which another person says, like, hey, I found something, I want to show you this, right? And the this that they've created is actually completely fabricated, right? Like they're literally like they literally are, they're it's like whatever they're doing in the work environment here, it's like if they haven't put it together, that if another person, and even right now, like if another person thinks that they're indispensable, then the advice that they're giving them around relationships is reprehensible. And the worst part about it, when I see situations like this, it usually takes a few destroyed relationships for another person to catch on to what's happening, right? The first time they say thank you. The second time they say, wow, you saved me again. The third time they say, wait a minute. And that wait a minute, when I see with that wait a minute, like when this person finally recognizes and acknowledges what's happening there, then it's going to be the observation of them realizing that somebody moved them away from the person that was absolutely best for them, but would have, right, to those that were giving them advice in a work environment, would have been seen as a distraction because it would not permit the space by which they would be as accessible to them. And what's happening, I feel like what I'm seeing here, right, it feels to me with these cards, like whatever's happening around this person right now, they're starting to become aware of it. It feels very much, it feels very much like it's happened again. But this time, it feels very much like it's happened again, but this time, and I keep on getting, they're feeling like there are shades of familiarity between what another person is saying versus what they said when they were in relationship with you, right? Like I keep on hearing it's the repeated statements that are building into their energetic awareness that somebody has been giving them the advice that serves them instead of what is energetically beneficial to them. Bottom of the deck on this reading, I feel like I see this person really caught between a rock and a hard place. Like I see somebody, whoever I'm seeing here, I feel like I see somebody that feels very, very, like there's a lot of trapped energy here. And the energy that I'm seeing that's working through um some like this is often why like when I see energy like this, it can often be um characterized by another person kind of potentially working through a lot of emotions. I need to point out, if this person is in partnership, I would give them absolutely all. I would not I would give this person space, because what I basically see, like I see somebody right now that's working through a lot of feelings, and the quality and observation of working through a lot of feelings, um that is not like making sure, if you're having conversations with this person, right? If they try to articulate to you about issues, like make sure that you're helping them stay refocused on and centered in terms of their choices, is all I keep on seeing. Because the thing about it, and this is the hardest thing when I see somebody in this type of energy, there's nothing that you can say to them about this until they realize it, right? Because and this is what I mean, if they're so impressionable that they allow another person, like if they don't realize that another person is giving them bad advice, specifically because they don't want to lose access to them, right? Anything you say about that is just going to feed into what that person is saying. So their ability to identify and recognize, you'll know that they're ready to heal when they come to you and articulate that they owe you an apology, right? When they come to you and say, I owe you an apology and an explanation, then that'll be your sign that they're energetically ready to heal. Because until they do that, I feel like this is potentially an experience that you're going to notice is replicating in their life, as it relates to, I keep on seeing, as it relates to like healthy relationships that seem to fall apart just as they start getting steady, because another person feels someone's attention going away and trying to tell somebody that they're losing their edge, right? Like that is like, this is what I keep on seeing until they get sharp on it. Like they're going to keep on having those experiences that effectively keep on creating significant rifts in partnership. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, dear. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings. The list is closed, but if you'd like to get on the list for tomorrow, you will have first priority, which means you will be read for before we start the daily collective. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Hi, Bridget. Good to see you tonight. Good to see you. Excellent. Let's continue right now. All right, let's get to it. And the next person we are reading for this evening is Monica. Monica, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you would like me to answer. And while we wait for Monica's question, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. Second call right now for Monica. Second call right now for Monica. Hi there, Blue. How you doing this evening? Good to see you. Excellent. All right, if Monica is not here. Oh, how you doing today, dear? All right, so I just need to confirm. You identified, hold on a minute. You identified that you sent a donation over STRIPE, but I'm not seeing that donation. Can you please confirm? Can you please confirm that you sent it? Because I'm not seeing it yet on my end. So I'm going to pause on your reading as you can send confirmation on that. And while we wait for confirmation, we will continue on the list right now. Aura, if you're here, can you respond in all caps and let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you would like me to answer? Hi, dear. How are you doing tonight? And I see you. Absolutely. You're so welcome, Daniela. Yeah, you mentioned being tired. Yeah, you mentioned tired, hard for them to talk. I mean, the thing I keep on seeing is I feel like you can just articulate the fact that you're there as a friend. Yeah, and if they identify the fact that they're tired, that's what I keep on seeing. I see that they're in a work environment that's like completely exhausting them, and recognizing and identifying that a healthy working environment should not cost them relationship, right? Until they get better at setting those boundaries, it's not something that you can articulate. It's something that they need to navigate for themselves. I'm sending you so much support on that journey, Aura. Excellent. Okay, perfect. And before we continue right now, I've got the Animal Oracle card here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the dog. We'll do that again after the next reading. Yaz, if you're here, just a heads up, your subscription payment failed. I just want to let you know that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, in terms of, so I can't, in terms of hold on a minute. Before we continue right now, or I just need to resolve this. Just bear with me a minute. All right. All right, we're going to continue right now. Oh, thank you so much, Movement. I appreciate that. Excellent. Oh, it was one of your guesses. That's wild. I always love it when the person I'm reading for makes the correct guess. It's always so beautiful to me. Okay. Yeah, so as I mentioned, so Monica, I'm looking here and I'm just not seeing that it came through. So you may need to try resending. Oh, wait. I've got one. Hold on a minute. I'm just looking at this upcoming. Okay, wait, I see. Okay, actually, I see it having come through now. Thank you so much. Excellent. So once we complete Aura's reading, we'll continue with yours. Perfect. Thank you for that. Thank you for being patient there. All right. Oh, wonderful. Thank you guys for helping us tear up. Okay. And in the meantime, so if in relation to your question, Monica, if you sent me a message related to the question, if you have information that you want to share with me, could you please, instead of sending it to me over messages, can you please send it to me through email? So you can send it to Grace Strega at the mail that starts with a G. Thank you. Okay, perfect, because I'm having a hard time pulling that question up. Thank you. All right, and I'm gonna pin up. Good to see you tonight, Dr. Genuine. Excellent. And I've got you here, whatever comes through. Can I please get 3 cards, please, for Aura, highest priority? And 1 more, please. Wow. All right, I'm just going to show you these cards and we're going to get into it because it feels like a message directly from your guide, right? And it's coming through. And I got to point out, I drew from 3 different decks, and this is the second time that this happened tonight. When this happens, it's very important to notate, all right? We have the 4 of Wands in its reversal and the 4 of Wands in its upright. And that basically identifies and speaks towards the understanding and the observation that when we care about each other, we look out for each other, but we don't depend on having to look out for each other. And I think that there's something here that's really important, particularly and especially as it relates to you finding healthy situations and circumstances that don't require you to do everything in order to be within them, right? Healthy boundaries do not require your energetic indispensability. But you'll often see, and you'll often see this, and I feel like it feels to me, right? It feels to me like there's some kind of energy, right? It feels to me like there's some kind of energy that doesn't recognize that there's some kind of sea change energetically occurring around you, specifically and particularly because, right, the quality and condition, right, the quality and condition by which you articulate to another that you and I want to point this out, like when you are doing absolutely everything you can, right, and another person, right, and another person, instead of being receptive and respective of it, tries to like works through or are in their energetic feelings about it, you're not the one who needs healing there. They are. And because the thing about it is, I literally see a situation by which if you leave, right? Like I see a situation, I don't know what this situation that I'm seeing here is, but it feels like a bunch of energy seeing you putting up with someone. And the thing about it is, whoever this person I'm seeing, Like the person feels like, I feel like I see them in a state of chagrin, and everybody else like around a situation is like, if this person leaves, that's the end of them. Like it's like they don't realize the fact, they don't realize that they keep on trying to put the straw on you to break your back, failing to recognize that that straw, it's their own back that they're breaking. Like it's literally their own back that they're breaking, because I keep on getting, it's that observation, it's that understanding of others. Like it's saying to me, others that see another person just literally, and the thing about it, the sound of another person picking on someone, picking, and this is what we mean by picking, right? We think that picking is being mean. Picking is someone that's always like, oh, there's just this one more thing. Oh, there's just this one more thing. Oh, there's just this one more thing. Oh, there's just this one more thing, right? Because it is the sound of another person that needs to feel, right? The sound of another person that needs to feel that they need to put their fingerprints on everything, right? Like there's somebody that's playing, like there's somebody who's playing, like playing pretend in relation to leading things, rather than doing what it takes to be able to identify and recognize what is energetically necessary, right? So I keep on getting like, and this is what the guide's saying, pay attention, right? Because one more thing is always playing pretend, right? One more thing is always playing pretend. And one more thing is always playing pretend because, right, they'll never let something be good enough, right? They'll never let something be qualitatively perfect until they have their finger on it. And if you're navigating that, right? If you're navigating that, then your observation of being able to recognize that, you're not the only one who sees that. Others see it too. So the one thing I would say particularly related to this reading is don't let it get under your skin, right? Because and I'm looking for something here that I feel like is important for you. But yeah, the thing I keep on seeing, and the one thing I want to identify here is when we, like, the best thing I can identify or articulate related to a circumstance or situation is the observation of like I keep on, I'm going to give you some bottom of the deck on this, which is basically, yeah, especially with this Emperor in its reversal, right? Like the thing I keep on getting is it feels like there's energy around you that's silently like silently witnessing things, right? And the thing you have to recognize when you're working through the quality and context of silent witness is pay attention, right? Pay attention to others, like paying attention to others that identify and articulate upon, right? Paying attention to others in terms of being able to identify and articulate upon things allows for the context of being able to do things better. But the thing I keep on seeing, like, I just keep on getting, like, prepare, like, when I say someone did not recognize the, like, when another person does not recognize the full capacity of what another person does, right? It's very easy. It's very easy for someone to say, I can do that, right? Because the quality and condition by which another person likes to articulate that they can do something, right? Like, the more I keep on hearing, the more that they're talking about it, the less is getting done, right? That's all I keep on hearing. The energy that likes to talk, right, isn't necessarily in the business of doing. So it's like, it basically says, like, it almost feels like there's some energy right now that's walked, like, I keep on hearing, prepare for the apology, right? Like, I keep on getting apology incoming. So I keep on getting, don't get deep in your feelings about it, right? Like, don't get deep in your feelings about it, right? I feel like there's something very important, right? I feel like there's something very important about you saying, like saying to another, right? Like, I keep on hearing, I keep on hearing, I keep on getting, I respect your decision, and I cannot wait. I keep on hearing the words, I respect your decision, and I cannot wait to see what lies ahead, right? This is what I keep on getting, because when you say to someone, like, I cannot wait, right? I'm very excited and eager to see the energetic changes, right? Like, that is what I keep on getting, because I feel like it's deeply embedded in terms of you trying to articulate upon the fact that there are many moving parts to something. So your ability to basically articulate or to communicate to another upon that allows, like, I keep on getting, it allows for the observation of working through something, but not only working through it, but I just keep on getting, um like, I almost feel like, the thing about, like, the funny part about this I keep on seeing is, I want to just break this to you. I feel like this opportunity is going to come back to you on bended knee, but you're already going to be on to something. Like, I see you are, like, I feel like I see somebody swooping in and bringing you into something, right? It's like, it's interesting, because, like, I feel like by the time, it's like, I keep on saying, like, I feel like there's some kind of new opportunity on the horizon for you, in the space by which another person says, like, please come back, and you're already gone. Right? Like, you're already gone. Like, some, like, I keep on getting, this is what this is what those cards mean, right? Somebody being like, please come back, and you're like, I'm already gone, because, like, I just keep on getting the fact that there's a lot of opportunity flourishing around you at this time. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is closed this evening, but you can get on the list for tomorrow, and you'll have priority, which means you'll be read for before we start the collective. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Thank you for sharing the live, Dr. Genuine. And thank you for those roses movement. Hi, Ivana. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Blue. Oh, thank you for confirming what I was seeing, dear. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you for confirming. I'm sending you so much support. Well, I hope this helps because I literally see somebody trying to get you back, but I already see you moving on to something much like some kind of huge opportunity on the horizon. Hi there, how you doing today, Lyrical? All right, we're continuing right now. The next person that we're reading for today is Monica. Monica, were you able to send me that information that I requested? Because you said that you sent me a direct message, but I'm having a hard time. I've communicated this. It's very difficult when we're online to be able to see our messages. So if you could send it over the other space that I indicated, that would be very helpful. Okay, you did send it. Perfect. I'll look for it there. I appreciate it. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you for also receiving that message, Daniela. Okay, so Luis, I have a very strict rule here as it relates to non sequiturs. If you're posting things that are not full thought forms, it will get you blocked and removed. It does not, it clogs up the chat space. And I'm not in the, it's not helpful or productive for others to have to be in the space of trying to interpret the non sequiturs. So if you'd like to communicate, I would ask you to please make sure that you are posting full thought forms, or please refrain from communicating. Thank you so much for respecting the rules of the chat space. And Bri, thank you for those gifts. I appreciate you. Thank you as well for receiving this message, AJ. Mm-hmm. Excellent. And thank you, Daniela. Excellent. Oh, thank you as well for receiving that message, Dr. Genuine. You're so welcome, Aura, and sending you so much support on that. Thank you for those roses, dear. I appreciate you. All right, we're going to continue right now. All right, before we continue with Monica's reading, I've got the animal oracle cards here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the otter. We'll do that again after the next reading. Ivana, amazing. Good job, dear. Excellent. All right, let's get to it. Can I get 4 cards, please? 3 cards, please? Absolutely. I'm going to pin up here. All right, perfect. Guys, I'm going to pin up Monica here. Make sure to give Monica some love. Highest message from guides right now in relationality to those changes. Wow, that's a lot of ace cards. Um, I feel like there's something really important that I see that you're doing right now in terms of taking, like, I keep on, you got one of your guides is articulating that you're taking your time and your idea, you're taking, you never have you taken yourself more seriously, is what I keep on getting. And I think that there's something I keep on getting in terms of identifying and recognizing what it means to build into um, healthy, like a healthy resource works us into the observation of understanding and being able to qualitatively articulate upon what needs to change, right? And what's interesting about this too, and it's interesting because I'm not like, you know, I feel like what I've seen here in terms of something is you effectively landing upon um, some circumstance or some energetic connection that's helping, that's helping, that, and I keep on getting this, like, that's able to communicate with you in a way that is patient in terms of explaining. I keep on patient, and like the gift that we give each other is not saying to another, this is what needs to change, but saying this is why it needs to change, right? Change with explanation is education, is what I keep on getting. Change with explanation is education. So I feel like I see you in some type of energy that's helping you to effectively apply those energetic changes to things. And the thing you have to recognize when you're when one is working through things like that is it says to me like change is a process of fits and starts, right? And when we say change is a process of fits and starts, we mean that, like, when others see us changing, right, they only see the result of a lot of work, right? They like we never see, like, we never see all of the effort that goes into the quality and nature by which we are effectively working on things. So I feel like what's basically happening for you right now is there's something about, there's something about you moving into a process that allows one to be able to understand and identify um, what it means, like what it means to navigate, and almost like I gotta point out, like, whatever I'm seeing here, it feels very much like there's something about it that may trigger inner child wounds, right? And the reason I keep on getting that it may potentially trigger some inner child wounds is because um, what I'm basically what I'm basically seeing here is I feel like there's something, like I feel like there's something I'm seeing right now in relation to an inner child wound that is connected to, that's connected to another person working into the clarification of trying. I feel like you've had to navigate a lot of situations by which others were trying to, I keep on getting a guide that's saying, like, separate you from your own identity, right? So your ability to navigate certain situations and having to kind of work through presenting something to another and them saying, like, I don't necessarily understand this, and you being able to say exactly, right? Like, allow that, like, it says to me that it works into the context of being able to facilitate a conversation as it relates with what your vision is. Because the hard thing, the hard thing when we're working through, like, the hard thing when we're working through a unique vision is that it often renders, like, when we're working through a unique vision, it often renders others speechless. And the reason that it renders others speechless is because they have nothing to energetically compare it to, right? So, particular, and I feel like there's something about this that feels very connected to a creative process, because I just got to tell you, like, when I see the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands in its reversal together with the Moon card, it basically, it feels like an artistic breakthrough. You know, like, these are the cards that one often identifies with an artistic breakthrough. So if you're working into the context of navigating that artistic breakthrough, then your ability to effectively help others be able to gravitate towards, I keep on hearing like gravitating towards your unique vision upon things. Um, like I keep on getting, let the vision do the talking, and let the exposition support the vision, right? So, and what do I mean? Like the best way I can describe that, and I want to give you some, I'm going to write that down, right? Let the vision do the talking, and let the exposition do support the vision. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, particularly with the Four of Wands in its up. Oh my gosh, like the Four of Wands has been coming up a lot tonight. But the Four of Wands in its upright is, like I said, it feels like there's some kind of quality or condition that you are effectively navigating through related to the context of the changes that you yourself are identifying or trying to make. And the thing about it is, the thing I keep on seeing, right, particularly with this Four of Wands and the Moon card in its reversal, is, like, I don't know why, like, I keep on hearing, like, another person saying, can you leave this part out? Right? Like, it's like, and when you're like, and the thing about it is, when we're identifying or we're working through the parts that, like, the things that we leave out, right? Like the thing I keep on getting is um I feel like that's where the conversation needs to begin, because there's something I'm seeing here about, like, and like I said, especially with all of these, especially with all of this energy that I'm identifying around a creative process, um your ability to identify and recognize what is comfortable, right, is, and I like to point this out, right? We don't, when another person asks us to remove something, right, that's a conversation as it relates to the uncomfortability, right? And so when we work into uncomfortability, that's what I was saying, like, especially if there's some kind of creative process here, like there's some specific things that we do that uncomfortability is the point. But the thing about, you have to understand, is the uncomfortability that is the point is navigating into, it's not me, it's like you having to have a conversation with someone that the difference between healthy uncomfortability and provocation is a healthy explanation as to why something energetically moves us, right? And so when we're trying to build into uncomfortability, we want to be moved in the best way possible, which is the observation and the understanding that that movement inspires us to do something in a better way, not the quality and condition by which another person tries to articulate that they were doing something that upsets another, and then they try to cloak it by saying, oh, I was being provocative. No, that's just mean, right? And you'll often, like I keep on getting, there's nothing iconoclastic about being mean, but you'll see somebody, right? You'll see like mean energy, going around, right, just upsetting everything. And then when they try to take accountability for it, they'll try to articulate upon the fact that they're being iconoclastic. It's not iconoclastic to be mean. It's actually, it's very common, right? It's very common. It's the most common thing. It's actually the most common thing possible, to literally try to mask meanness by trying to articulate that it's false iconoclast energy. So I feel like there's something there that feels important as it relates to something that you're working through, or some kind of communication that you're having with another. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, dear. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Excellent. Thank you for confirming that you were resonating with that part. Excellent. Oh, have a beautiful evening. It's my sending you so much support, dear. Excellent. Conch, the list is closed tonight. We are doing one card readings for paid members and for super fam. Absolutely. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that as well. Thank you for confirming that that's what you're experiencing. Maybe not tomorrow morning, Blue. I'm going to have a better sense of timing. I'm going to be posting that in the subscriber only disco tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow. Yep. Thank you as well, Laurel. Good to see you this evening, dear. Excellent. You're so welcome, dear. And thank you for having that reading with me. All right, let's continue right now. Ivana, so final call right now. If anyone has not had their one card, who would like their one card pulled this evening, just let me know your question in the comments. I'll be happy to draw a card for you. We got the 9 of cups in its upright. So this is working through situations and circumstances by which you're finding energetic stability. With the Fool card, identifying and recognizing what feels energetically sustaining is taking new approaches to things, right? Animal Oracle, eclipse season is a beautiful time to work through old problems in new ways. Thank you so much, dear. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Bridget, one card highest, please. We got the 9 of Wands and it's upright. So this is, allow any feelings that you're having right now to fortify your direction, right? I feel like this is a continuation of what I was saying about not allowing yourself to get focused and fixed into something, because I feel like you're going through an energy where new vistas are occurring. Specifically with the outer energy, you have the gift of change right now. Your adaptability becomes another person's saving grace. Laurel, one card highest and best, please. Page of Swords in its reversal. You recognize often those who are deeply spiritual, others project their fear onto, right? If another person is trying to articulate that if there's something that they identify, or they like, I love to point this out, when someone's deeply spiritual and someone being like, I sense something really like off with you, being like, oh, that's interesting, right? Because what happens when you're deeply spiritual, right? It's like another person, like you're like, okay, thank you, I'm becoming your energetic mirror, right? Like, just don't let it bother you. Let it inform you, particularly as it relates to how far you come on your own healing journey. I got you, Ruby. It feels to me there. It feels like there's something about you being able to express to another what you're all about, right? And especially with the bottom of the deck, yeah, like having some kind of like, this Fool card doesn't want to leave the bottom of the deck right now, but your ability to effectively identify and say to another, right? I keep on hearing what it's all about, right? Like making sure that you are tightening or articulating upon like what it is that you're seeking to be able to help others energetically find you. Absolutely. Thank you, dear. All right, my friends, I want to thank you this evening for being here and receiving these messages. We will be back on tomorrow, most likely in the evening. I will be posting that time over on the subscriber only disco channel. If you became a paid member tonight and would like to have access to the subscriber only disco channel, just message me directly with a disco gift and I will send you that invitation. Or if you are, or you can message me over on the place where we keep the videos. I want to thank you guys so much for being here tonight and sharing in these messages. Hi there, welcome to those who are joining us over on the place where we keep the videos. Hope you have a beautiful night tonight, Juanita. And hi there, I am Dinosaur. Hi there from Austria. Excellent. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Casey, the list is closed right now. So if you would like to get on the list for tomorrow, though, if you are interested in getting the list for tomorrow, you can send the donation tonight and you'll have first priority tomorrow, which means you'll be read before we start the collective and one cards. You're so welcome, Dr. Genuine. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful evening tonight. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Thank you for being here and receiving these messages. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for being here and helping, and thank you for allowing me to be able to do the work that I do here. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful evening. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, evening, everyone.